We are joined by security analyst Chidi Omeje. You're welcome, sir. Now, Chidi, Independence Day, the celebrations, I think this year were not as vibrant as, the previous years. But before we get into that, I think I'd like for us to just start with the address that came from the president yesterday. Now, President Tinubu, in his Independence Day broadcast, said Nigeria is winning the war against terrorism and banditry. I know a number of people have said that this is a contradiction when we look at the reality of what's going on in Nigeria right now. So I think in your own professional view, could the president's statement be more of a political assertion than a security-based assessment?
Well, I mean, I think the right people to give all this kind of assessment are people out there on the street, people out there in the communities. And, the vibes we're getting, the cries we're hearing, the anguish we're seeing, I really do not, support the assertions of Mr. President. I mean, that could be very political. What do you expect him to say? But the real thing is, as a matter of fact, is that we've not seen the respite we had wanted, what we needed to see. Let me go a little bit back to just about 10 years ago when I'm talking about the ascendancy of the Boko Haram insurgency. People thought that the end had come from Nigeria, that we have never seen a thing like that. I mean, the security challenge.
Hi, Chidi, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm hearing you. Can you hear me? I hear you
yes.
Loud and clear. I can hear you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you too.
We seem to have gotten Chidi back on the line. Chidi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead. Based on my question again, this was in line with the speech that the president gave. In practical terms, was the assurance that he gave us based on political assertion, or are we looking at it from a security-based assessment?
Yes, I was just trying to make the point. Yeah, I was trying to establish the fact that it is really what the president described is almost different from what the realities are, out there in the communities. I mean, people in Kwara State will not agree with Mr. President. People in Katsina State will not agree with Mr. President. People in the Southeast will not agree with Mr. President. People across the country will not agree with Mr. President because insecurity is no longer confined to a particular region. It's across the country. Are you with me? Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
What's happening? Oh, very well then. So I'm just trying to say that we have not seen the respite we needed. Nigerians are actually really under intense security challenges, and I don't think that the assertions by Mr. President is true reflection of the reality on ground.
Now, can you just give me a bit of an evaluation? How has the evaluation on national security policy over the past 65 years addressed internal threats such as insecurity, banditry, and terrorism?
Look, let us take it this way. There's only what we call root cause analysis. If you want to understand, the trajectory of Nigeria's insecurity, you have to look at the kickers, the roots, the foundational issues that give rise to this insecurity. Mm-hmm. I mean, the age-old governance deficit, poor leadership, corruption, weak institutions, the widespread deprivation of people. These things have given rise to, radicalization of people, destitution of the people, poverty here and there. And of course, there's a correlation between poverty and spike in crime and criminality. So when you have the factors, in combination, you are ultimately going to see a situation whereby security becomes a factor in our national development. So over the decades after our independence, we've not had a very, you cannot say you have had, let's say a decade of good governance. If not, you can't say that. It's only been, corruption here at every turn, and these things lead to the fact that people are left with no option than to see crimes and criminality as an option for survival. So these are the root causes. And unless and until we deal with these root causes, or whatever we're doing is just dealing with the symptoms. We got to treat the disease if you want to kill the element. So that's what I'm saying. So if you give the entire 65 years of nationhood is actually marked by bad governance that have brought about poverty, brought about destitution, frustration, and which of course leads to people taking to crimes and criminality, people being radicalized, people who now see banditry or terrorism as an option of survival. So if you don't deal with them, you are not doing anything. I don't know if you're hearing me.
I hear you so much. Chidi, thank you very, very much for the insight and your time and input on this specific matter.